Hi you guys, I'm back again with another recipe for the Instant Pot pressure cooker, and I think you're really gonna like this one. It's for mashed cauliflower and it's got a little seasoning in it. And so why I think you might like it is because, you know, there are people who are low carb people, and then there's people like me that are really high carb people, but all of us can eat this mashed cauliflower. It's really great for breakfast if you're doing veggies for breakfast like I do, or it's also great as a substitute for mashed potatoes if for some reason you don't eat mashed potatoes. Maybe you're avoiding nightshades, or maybe, like I said, you're a person who does low carb. So I think this is a recipe that a lot of people can enjoy, and I'm really excited to show you how to do veggies in your Instant Pot. So one of my first tricks is that I've already had the water heating up in the Instant Pot. I put the Instant Pot with the lid off. I put in 1 cup of water to bring it up to pressure, and then I push the saute button. This is the saute button, and then I'm going to push the plus sign to actually the adjust to more, and that's going to make it boiling hot. So that's my first trick, is that'll make it go faster, so that my recipe will go faster for you guys. It's going to beep to tell me that it's heating up. And now I am just going to, I have washed 2 heads of cauliflower, and I'm just going to cut off the green leaves. So just do that real quick. I just like to kind of go like this around the bottom, and they're going to fall right off. It's going to get messy. But it's just that simple. Just pull off the green leaves and then just throw them in there. It doesn't have to be even rough chopped. You can just pop them right off. And into there they go. I am going to use the knife just to make it faster. But these old big chunks can go right in. All right, so just that fast. I've already got one in. Let me get the other one. Same thing, I'm just cutting off that green part. Got the green part cut off. And then right around this part, if you take your knife and you just cut all in that area kind of in a circle, it just makes all the florets fall right off. All right, so I'm going to throw these guys in. You notice they don't all have to be the same size. Okay. You do need to have the 1 cup of water to help you get the cauliflower up to pressure. Okay, so now I'm going to turn off the saute. Just turn it off. And I'm going to put the lid on the pressure cooker. And I am going to make sure that it is on sealing, not venting, because there's 2 choices. I'm going to put it on. Okay. And that hot water is going to give me a head start so that this is going to go faster. Now I'm going to press the manual button. And then I'm going to adjust the pressure by hitting the minus button all the way down. What do you think it will be? 2, 1, 0. Isn't that funny? You take it all the way down to 0. The reason that you do that is because you don't want your veggies to be over steamed. Even 0 minutes at high pressure is going to make my cauliflower be cooked just perfectly. Okay, while it's cooking, I'm going to throw this in the compost real fast. Got all these good pieces for the compost. I suppose you could actually use them for making veggie stock or something like that. I have heard about people who keep all their veggie scraps and use them to make veggie stock. Okay, so now that I have my veggies getting up to pressure, it's going to take a little while, and so now I'm going to make the dressing. And I love this dressing because it literally has 2 ingredients. This whole recipe has 3 ingredients: cauliflower, mustard, and balsamic vinegar. I guess you could say it has 4 ingredients if you count the cup of water that you need to bring the Instant Pot up to pressure. But that's really all that's in this recipe. That's why I love it. You know me, I really like a simple recipe. And I call this mustard magic mustard. It's just a mustard and Dijon vinegar glaze. And it is good in so many things, and it's magic. It makes veggies taste good. So I call it magic mustard. And here's how you make magic mustard. It's very easy. I need a 1/2 cup of mustard. So this is some Dijon mustard that I had. Whoops. I am such a messy cook, you guys. Do as I say, not as I do, okay? Alright, so let me just get that little bit off there. There we go. Alright, so about a 1/2 cup of mustard and about 2 tablespoons of the balsamic vinegar. You could also use apple cider vinegar if you don't like balsamic or if you don't have balsamic. Okay, so 2 tablespoons of that, and I'm going to borrow my spoon back out of here and just mix that really well and really slowly so you don't get it everywhere. Okay. And you can see, even though I set the Instant Pot on 0 minutes, it's not going to only, you know, it's not an instant thing, because of course your veggies have to come up to pressure first. It has to reach pressure. It just means that it's going to remain at high pressure for 0 minutes. Okay, so there's my glaze. It's all ready to go, and everything's all ready to go when my veggies get done. And I thought while I was waiting for my cauliflower to be done that I would answer some frequently asked questions that you guys ask me all the time. So the first question I get all the time is, what was your starting weight? How much have you taken off? And how long did it take? And those who have followed my channel know that that is a more complicated question than it sounds like, because I've been heavy all my life. I was at my highest weight, which was probably about 2008 or so. I was 436 pounds. So I have been doing this, you know, off and on for close to 10 years. And so when I really started to take off weight was 2010, when I went on a raw vegan diet. Did that, and then I now, as you guys know, eat some cooked vegan food too, but I've switched over from kind of a gourmet raw, because I was eating raw food, but I ate a lot of sugars and dates, and I ate, you know, agave and maple syrup. I ate those kinds of things, and I no longer do that. And I was also eating a lot of oil and nuts, and I keep my nuts really minimal now, and I don't use oil at all. Not even coconut oil. That's another thing that I get asked a lot. And so it's hard to say exactly how long it's taken. I can tell you that I had regained a lot of weight, and I was back up to about 361 pounds on January 1st, 2015. So most of the weight that I've taken off now has been since then. So it's been a little bit, you know, like 2 years and change for me to take off 230 something pounds. So 230 something pounds down. The next question I get asked a lot is, what is your goal weight? And that is, I'm going to start with 136 pounds. And that is because at my height of 5'2", that is the most you can weigh to have a normal BMI. So I'm figuring, you know, that is a good place to start, and then we'll see where my body wants to go, right? Another question I get is, do you have loose skin, and what do you do to avoid loose skin? Yes, I do have some loose skin. You know what? I think it looks better than I did as a very much larger person. So I think it's a good trade-off. There's pretty much not a way that a 47-year-old woman can take off 300 pounds without having a little bit of stretched out skin. So you can see it even under my chin. You can definitely see it on my arms and stuff. The thing I notice is that you can hide loose skin with clothes. You can't really hide chub with clothes, and so I would rather have my loose skin than the chub that I had. The other thing about it is, of course, you know, loose skin won't give you a heart attack and cancer and impede your mobility and give you depression and a bunch of other problems. So I'm happy to trade the loose skin in. And I get asked if I would have surgery to get rid of the loose skin, and the answer is, very honestly, I don't know. I haven't decided. We'll see when I get there. I still have 65 pounds to say goodbye to before I have to think about that. So I'm thinking about it. I haven't decided. I think there's pros and cons. It hurts a lot. From everybody that I've talked to that's had it, there's a substantial amount of pain involved, and you know, if there's some risk involved because you're having general surgery, and I just don't know. I just don't know how important that will be to me at the time, and all I can say is I will let you guys know. Okay? Is that fair? Okay. So the other thing I get asked all the time is, what exactly do you eat in a day? And so I'll tell you exactly what I eat in a day, because it's pretty much gotten to be the same thing all the time, but I have to tell you in advance that you're going to think it's very boring, because it is. So what I eat in the morning is vegetables. I'm a member of Chef AJ's Ultimate Weight Loss Group, and we eat veggies for breakfast. The reason to do that, of course, is to get the nutrients, because greens cut the cravings for sweet. Also because starting your day in a savory way is a really smart idea. It doesn't make you crave food that you don't choose to eat. So that's what I eat for breakfast, usually about a pound of, it just varies. I really like Brussels sprouts, steamed Brussels sprouts with my magic mustard. Almost everything has the magic mustard now. I'll eat a pound of steamed baby carrots. I'll eat a pound of broccoli, carrots, cauliflower combo. If I buy it frozen, then I like to dry it out by roasting it in the oven, because I hate soggy veggies. I use my steamer a lot because I hate soggy veggies. You can see that the Instant Pot is now almost up to pressure, just kind of checking in on it. And it's getting ready to be, it'll come on, and then it'll come right off, and then I'll show you the next step, okay? And so, okay, so that's what I eat for breakfast, is my pound of veggies. For lunch, I get a big 1 pound thing of salad greens, usually Earthbound Farm, or there's another, or Organic Girl are the two that I seem to get. And I get a pound thing of it, and then I add, I use salsa for my dressing these days. That's what I like. So I'll add to it some beans, you know, any kind of beans that I happen to have on hand. I'll add on, okay, do you hear that? That is the Instant Pot being done. So I'm gonna I will tell you what I put on my salad, but let's go ahead and make the mashed cauliflower, and then I'll come right back and tell you the rest, okay? Hang on just a sec. So once it goes off, it'll go switch over to low. I need to release the pressure immediately. You want to do a quick pressure release, which you never do with like soup or stew or chili or anything, but you can do it with veggies. Now it's going to make a lot of steam, so I just want to prepare you for that. And the other thing I always do is I pull my Instant Pot away from the wall or away from any cabinets or anything, because I don't want the steam to get on my woodwork, because it's pretty strong steam. So here we go. See how much steam is coming out of there? That's a lot of steam. Okay, so while it's steaming, I'll tell you what I put on my salad. I use salsa for dressing, so that's like tomatoes. And then I like to put beans. I'll put some kind of like a spring onion on there, because you're supposed to get your G-bombs. I also have onion in my salsa. I like to put on cucumbers and grated carrots, and I really like grated up beets, and I really like what else sounds good on a salad? Oh, I love artichoke hearts if I can find them packed in water. See, the trick with salad is make it really special. Put all the good stuff that you really like on there. And then I either use salsa for dressing, that's what I've been using, or sometimes I'll make a creamy balsamic dressing that I got from the website Nutmeg Notebook. So check that out if you want a creamy balsamic type of dressing. And sometimes I use that because that has beans in it too. You got to eat beans, they're so good for you. So I eat my salad for lunch, and also some of it's usually left over at dinner time, because a pound of greens is a lot of greens. It's a lot of greens. Usually the people who sell the pound of greens, they think it's for the whole family, right? They don't know how there's going to be just sitting there and eating one of those a day. Okay, so then I'll eat that, and then for dinner I will have different things, usually a soup or a stew or a chili, the kinds of stuff I show you on my channel. So like all the beans chili, or some hummus and veggies, or some split pea and potato soup, some lentil soup, some Hoppin' John, any of the things I've already shown you. That's what I like to have. And then for dessert, if I have it, it'll be usually some berries. I really like blueberries and cherries and things like that, and those are supposed to be really good for you too. I do use seeds, so I'll put flax seeds like in my chili, things like that. I'll also, people say, do you eat oatmeal? I do, but I only eat it savory, so I'll put some oat groats in my chili. So I don't eat like a bowl of oatmeal with fruit and stuff in it, because it feels too much like dessert. And I just have weird things that I have to avoid. Okay, my cauliflower's all done. And I'm going to take off my lid, give it a little shake. And then I got this bowl to put the water. Sorry to go out of the shot. I needed to get some, this is very hot, so I need to get some pot holders so I don't burn myself. And then I'm going to use like a little strainer, a little screen thing, and use that to help me not lose the cauliflower when I'm draining off the water. So hang on just a second here. This can be a little tricky. There we go. See, I'm getting the steam burn. You got to be careful. I should be more careful. Okay, here we go. No steam burn, no steam burn. Okay. So now the cauliflower is all steamed and perfect, and I drained the water out. You can put the water aside and drink that. A lot of people drink the water that people cook with because it's got all the nutrients from the veggies in it, and people call it pot liquor. All right, so now all that's left to do, I like to take my knife and kind of cut these up in the bowl, and they just cut like butter, like Earth Balance. Yeah, they just cut really, really easily because they're steamed and soft now. So I just cut them into little pieces, and you don't have to do that. I think it's easier when I'm going to do my masher. I love my potato masher, my cauliflower masher. It's got the holes, but it also has the little wavy part and stuff, and it's got a spring, so it really works well. Okay, now I might not use all this dressing, but I will use it on other things. Magic mustard is good on everything. So I'm going to put about a few tablespoons on here. 1, 2, let's do 3. I did 3 heaping tablespoons of magic mustard, and now I'm just going to give it a stir. See if you can see this. Give it a good stir. And yes, it turns it a weird color from the balsamic vinegar. You see that? It's kind of a weird color. Trust me, you aren't going to care what color it is. It tastes good. It tastes so good. Okay, now I'm going to use my potato masher, cauliflower masher. Now this isn't going to be as, you know, like smooth and fluffy as mashed potatoes. That's not the idea. It's a different meal, right? It's not, we're not trying to make mashed potatoes. We're just trying to make something yummy. Okay, so you want to see how it comes out? Do you? Okay, let's see how yummy it is. Okay, so that made a pretty good amount. We still have that much in there. And we've got this much in here. Do you see? Oh, I love this stuff. It smells so good. I'm telling you, magic mustard makes everything better. All right, you ready? I don't want to burn my mouth. This tastes so good. You're like, how can this be cauliflower? I mean, I don't think of cauliflower as like the most delicious vegetable. I like it, but it's so good, you guys. All right, 3 ingredients, 4 if you count the water. Super easy. Try it, you guys. Use your Instant Pot to make your veggies. Who knew that you could use the Instant Pot to make your veggies? You put it on manual, you adjust the time down to 0. Make sure you have a cup of water in there to help bring it up to pressure. And you can do a lot of different veggies in there. The harder the veggie, the better they do in there. Like, I really like to do the Instant Pot rather than a steamer for carrots, for baby carrots, for Brussels sprouts, and for this. Doesn't work that great for stuff that is over steams easily, like broccoli or like asparagus. Just save it for like the hard veggies, like I said, the baby carrots, Brussels sprouts, and cauliflower. It works awesome. And I hope you try it. And if you do, leave me a comment and come back and I'll do some more recipes with you. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.